Don't miss any content. Don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell.
The Euros 2020 begins tomorrow, and I know I've not been focusing much on the Euros, but it's something that we'll cover over the tournament. It's a one-month tournament starting tomorrow, 11th of June to the 11th of July, and 24 teams will be taking part in it. It is the second time we are playing with 24 teams in the Euros. The first time was in 2016, and it was an interesting tournament as well. Today I'm going to give you my predictions from the group stages into the final, and let me know who you are supporting this Euros in the comments box. At the end of this video, I think it will be clear the team I think will win it and my favorite to win it in the Euros. As usual, subscribe if you have not. Click on the notification bell to get more updates. So a Euros tournament, the European Championship, was supposed to take place last year in 2020. We all know what happened in 2020. COVID-19 hit, and because of that, we are not even having an AFCON this year. We'll have the Euros this year, the AFCON next year. And it's quite interesting to note, and it is not one country that will be hosting this Euros. Yes, it was a tournament that was supposed to be celebration, sort of, where games will be played across Europe. Well, it's still going to happen, but not with the mammoth crowds that UEFA were envisioning, and it will be a great disappointment if we don't have those numbers. But we'll have some crowds in there. Without much ado, let's get into my predictions for the European Championship. So we have Group A here on your screen, and it has Switzerland, Turkey, Wales and Italy. Italy and Turkey will kick things off on the 11th of June at 7 p.m. For this group, I think the Italians should make it as top of the group. Yeah, I think Italy should make it top of the group. Between Switzerland, Wales and Turkey, I would tip the Turkish side to be in the second position. Wales and Switzerland, I will pick Switzerland as third, and I don't think Wales will make it out of this group. Yes, yes, predictions are really something that are quite tricky. Yeah, but I don't think Wales will make it out of this group. I think Italy, Turkey will qualify outright. We just know that the third best placed teams will be also progressing. I think 4 or 3 of the third best placed teams will be progressing as well. Group B has Russia, Belgium, Denmark and Finland. Yes, so obviously you know who I think will top this group. It's Belgium. They have one of the top sides, one of the favorites to win it this time out. Russia, Denmark, Finland looking quite dicey there. Those 3 teams will look to get the next 2 spots, but I think that Denmark will qualify. Russia will finish in 3rd, and then Finland go in at 4th position. They will not make it through, in my opinion. We'll move to Group C next, and it has Austria, North Macedonia, Ukraine and the Netherlands. Obviously, I would go for the Netherlands to top this group. I think, yes, Donny van der Beek, unfortunate, he will not be making the tournament, but I think they have the talent in the Memphis Depay, Gini Wijnaldum, and the likes in the sellssi at post. These guys should have enough to see this through and make it to the round of 16 at least. I'll take Austria to finish 2nd, Ukraine in 3rd, North Macedonia, I don't think they will qualify. For Group D, it's Scotland, England will kick off things with Croatia, and then the Czech Republic. I think Croatia will top this group. In the first game, I'm expecting a win for them versus England. There's always this thing about the 3 Lions in tournaments, which I think the Croatians might be able to overcome. I don't expect England to beat Croatia in that first game, but however, I expect them to finish 2nd in the group. I think Czech Republic will come in 3rd, then Scotland will be in fourth position. Scotland, fourth position. We move to Group E next, and it's Poland, Spain, Switzerland, Sweden, and Slovakia. Yes, so Spain have a new, sort of a new side, not a new side, but for the first time, Real Madrid players, no Real Madrid player is going into this tournament, and it was quite surprising when the squad came out and Real Madrid players were excluded from this Spanish side. Nonetheless, I don't think that will stop them from finishing on top of this group. I think the Polish, with Robert Lewandowski and their squad of talent, should have enough to become second here. Zlatan Ibrahimovic will not be in the squad through injury. He had been called up. That injury he suffered, I don't think Sweden in this group will finish third. Without Zlatan Ibrahimovic, it will be quite difficult for this Swedish side. Though they have a lot of talent, Victor Lindelof and co, they will be strong for Sweden. But Zlatan's his influence on the squad will miss. I think Slovakia, it will be difficult for them as well. Group F, the group of death. This group, it's obvious who I think will finish fourth. Let me start with the fourth position. I think Hungary will finish fourth in there. They qualified for the Euros by beating Iceland in the playoffs, and Hungary here surprised everyone by beating Iceland. Iceland are not in the Euros. Remember what they did to England in the Euros in the round of 16, which led to the resignation of Roy Hodgson from as England manager. It's quite a really time when the English, it is something the English don't want to remember. So Portugal, France, Germany. Well, I expect these three teams to go through as the third team will be qualifying, but I think France will top the group. Yes, I think the French have an array of talent that will be the envy of any manager. I also think Portugal finish in second. Germans will be in third. I think all these three will go through. This is how I think it will end in that group. So I'm going to pick my top three for the third best placed teams who I think will go through based on the results I've given. I think Switzerland will go. I think the Czech Republic as well, Germany, and finally I think Ukraine, Sweden, Russia. Ukraine, Sweden, Russia. I'm going for Ukraine. Yes, so we move to the round of 16. Yes, the round of 16. First game will be Belgium versus Germany. Woo! Belgium, Germany. Got a tough one. I think Belgium will be too much for the Germans, though the Germans are really favorites also in this tournament. They are going through a transitional phase after that disappointing World Cup. They are going through a transitional phase themselves. I think the Belgian side will be too much for them. Italy versus Russia. Obviously, Italy have been touted as the dark horses by some of the people in this. Some people in this tournament. I think they'll go through, beat Belgium. France versus Switzerland. Obviously, you know who I'm going in for. Le Bleu will go. England versus Poland. Tight match if this should happen, but I think England will make it through. Spain versus Ukraine. Yes, shockers can happen in there, but Spain versus Ukraine, it might be a tight competition, but I don't think it will be a problem for the Spanish. They would go through easily. Croatia versus Portugal. In the last Euros, this was a round of 16 game in which Portugal emerged triumphant. I don't expect that to change. I think Portugal will make it. Netherlands have taken on Czech Republic. Well, I'm going to go against my better judgment. I think the Czech Republic might out the Netherlands side here. Yes, Turkey versus Denmark. I would go for a Turkish win on this one. So for the semi-finals and the quarterfinals, actually, Belgium versus Italy, the dark horses might be stopped here. I think Belgium will go on to the semi-final. France versus England, Le Bleu. I don't have to think about that. Spain, Portugal. Wow, this is a tough one for me. I think the Spanish side have not been convincing in recent times, disjointed at times, and with the players that are going to the tournament, and Portugal looking at the attack, looking at Ronaldo, looking at Bruno Fernandes, looking at Bernardo Silva, Andre Silva, and the likes, I would think that Portugal would have enough firepower to overcome Spain, who were so dominant have been so dominant in this competition in world football for years. I don't think they'll make it past the quarterfinal stage. Czech Republic versus Turkey will be a really tough one, which I'm tipping Turkey to make it to the semi-final. France versus Belgium should be an interesting game. France versus Belgium. I'm going for Belgium. I think the Belgium side will be too much for France. And Portugal, Turkey, I'm tipping Portugal to make it into the final. Belgium versus Portugal should be an interesting final, in my opinion, which I think Portuguese should win the Euro 2020. So that is my Euro prediction. My prediction for the Euros. Many people might not agree, but this is how I think the competition will end. Portugal retaining the title. Let me know your thoughts in the comments box. We'll be doing watch-alongs during the Euros, talking about some of the games, not all the games. My focus has been shifted a bit because of the Black Stars and friendlies and Black Meteors and other interesting things happening on the front of Ghana and African football. You know, the focus of this channel is mostly African football, but the Euros is something we will be looking at too on this channel. Let me know what kind of content you want for the Euros in the comments box, what you'll be looking or you want to watch concerning the Euros in the comments box. I'll see you guys in the next one. That's my prediction for the Euros. Portugal to retain the title. I'm biased, by the way. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great day.